There are awkward family moments, and then there are Kardashian-level awkward moments. And this one didn't just make the room go quiet, it made the entire internet freeze. Because when Kim and Khloé started joking about O.J. Simpson being Khloé's other dad, Kris Jenner didn't laugh, didn't react, didn't even look up. She just stared at her phone while everyone else cracked jokes. And that silence said more than anything she could have spoken. But what led to this moment? And why did Kris choose right then to shut down? Let's go back to the beginning. It all started with something that should have been sweet. Kim showed up with a surprise, their dad Robert Kardashian Sr.'s Bible. Not just any Bible, the same one he gave to O.J. Simpson in 1994, right after O.J. was charged in the Nicole Brown Simpson case. It's a piece of history, a relic from the most explosive trial of that era, and a deeply personal object tied to both their father and a man who once sat at their dinner table. But the way Kim got it, that's where the tension began. She had to bid anonymously for it at an auction after her first offer was rejected. Someone out there wanted to hold on to this book badly, even more than the Kardashians themselves. Khloé wasn't having it. She snapped that the seller should have just handed it over. She even joked, "It's proven he's our dad, just give it to us." And that's when the energy in the room shifted. It was supposed to be a sentimental family moment, but instead, it cracked open a rumor that's been haunting the Kardashians for decades. And Kim wasted no time. Kim, being Kim, couldn't resist. The rumor about Khloé's real father has been circling for years. Memes, fan theories, online investigations, the whole thing. And with the Bible sitting on the table like some cursed artifact, Kim joked that Khloé was questionably between O.J. and Dad. Khloé didn't hesitate to play along. Either one, she said. If Kim added fuel, Khloé poured gasoline. Suddenly, Khloé was calling the Bible something shared between both of her dads. She even declared, "Both of my dads. Give it to me." The sisters didn't just acknowledge the rumor, they mocked it openly. But while the jokes were flying, Kris wasn't laughing. She wasn't even pretending to be part of the conversation. She just stared at her phone. And that's when things got uncomfortable. You know Kris Jenner. This woman can turn anything into a storyline, a breakup, a scandal, even a soda commercial, if she had to. But here, nothing. Not a smile. Not a sigh. Not even a side eye. She stayed dead silent. And the camera made sure you noticed shots of her scrolling, looking down, avoiding eye contact. It wasn't accidental. It felt intentional, like a wall going up. Like she'd rather disappear into her phone than acknowledge the conversation happening inches from her face. And that silence? It raised a question the sisters didn't seem ready for. Was she hurt? Angry? Embarrassed? Or just tired of a rumor she's had to defend for over 25 years? But before anyone could address it, company arrived. Kylie Jenner walks in, totally unaware she's joining an emotional minefield. She sits down, looks through the Bible, and casually asks if the handwriting inside is Robert's. Khloé doesn't miss a beat. "No, that's my other dad's, O.J.'s. Just like that." Another joke. Another hit on a rumor Kris can't seem to escape. Kylie instantly freezes. Her face says it all. Confused, nervous, uncomfortable. She murmurs, "Oh, that's scary. Sorry." And she goes quiet too. And once again, Kris says nothing. The sisters laugh. The internet laughs. Kylie awkwardly taps out. But Kris? She looks like she's somewhere else entirely. And to understand why, you have to go back a few years. This rumor isn't new. It's been around since the early 2000s, resurfacing every few years like it's waiting to ruin someone's day. But the moment that truly cracked Kris happened in 2019 during Keeping Up with the Kardashians. A news story popped up on the anniversary of Nicole's death, a day that's already painful for anyone who knew her. And suddenly the internet was back to accusing Kris of having an affair with O.J. Simpson behind Robert's back. On camera, Kris broke down. Tears, frustration, exhaustion. She called the rumor tasteless, pathetic, disgusting. She begged for it to stop. She said it wasn't just wrong, it was cruel. And she made it very clear she had never cheated on Robert. The rumor wasn't a joke to her. It wasn't content. It wasn't funny. It hurt her. So imagine sitting at a table where your daughters are casually joking about something that emotionally destroyed you years earlier, and the cameras are rolling again. Suddenly, her silence makes a lot more sense. But it gets deeper. Even O.J. Simpson himself went online in 2019 to shut everything down. In a selfie video, he stated clearly, Khloé isn't his daughter. He said Robert would have been proud of her. He said Kris was never someone he had any romantic interest in. He called the rumor bogus and tasteless. When the person at the center of a scandal denies it, and it still won't die, that's when you know the internet has taken on a life of its own. And for Kris, it must feel like fighting a ghost. Fans have their theories, none confirmed, and they don't let go easily. Some say Khloé looks less like her siblings. Others point to old photos, timelines, or body language analysis videos. Internet detectives love a conspiracy, and the Kardashians are the biggest family reality TV has ever produced, so every detail becomes a clue. Reports claim this speculation resurfaces because it lives at the intersection of celebrity drama, true crime obsession, and internet mythology. It's not about facts anymore. It's about entertainment. And that's exactly what makes Kris's silence so powerful. She refuses to play along. Kris Jenner is famous for controlling narratives. She doesn't let anything air unless she thinks it benefits the brand. So what does it mean when she sits there, clearly uncomfortable, refusing to join the joke? Some fans think she was hurt, reliving a rumor that drags her name through the mud. Others believe she was choosing silence, so she doesn't reignite the scandal in the media. And some think it was strategic. Let the sisters joke, let the internet react, but keep herself out of the crossfire completely. Either way, it was the most telling part of the entire episode. The jokes were loud, but Kris's silence was louder. What makes this moment so fascinating is how it fits into a larger Kardashian pattern. They've built their empire by leaning into the drama, breakups, divorces, scandals, even rumors they hate. But here's the twist. This is one of the only rumors Kris refuses to touch. She doesn't laugh, doesn't brush it off, doesn't clap back. She just shuts down. It almost feels like a line in the sand. A rumor that crossed from entertainment into something that still stings. And the contrast between the joking daughters and the silent mother? That's where the tension lives. That's what makes this storyline so compelling. Because sometimes what a Kardashian doesn't say becomes the headline. In a family known for saying everything and hiding nothing, Kris's silence was the most dramatic moment of the entire episode. Not the jokes, not the Bible, not the rumors. It was a mother choosing not to revisit a wound she's spent decades trying to close. And now the question everyone's asking is simple. Was she protecting herself? Or protecting the family from a rumor she refuses to validate? Either way, her silence created the moment people can't stop talking about. And it might be the one thing that reveals more than any joke ever could.